Joining us this morning, some members of the YWCA, Executive Director Ashleigh English and Board Member Amy Ruot. Good morning, ladies. How are you today?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good to be here.
Did you guys see the sunshine when you came in?
I did.
might have missed it.
Well, it's there. It's there.
Right.
Is it your orange lighting?
Oh, that could be it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for being on the program. Believe it or not, spring is a couple weeks away, and that usually means the YWCA is extremely busy with
very busy,
activities.
yes.
Ashleigh, let's kind of pick up. I think last time we talked to you was right around the holidays, and you guys were doing the home tour.
Yeah,
and,
we had a great home tour this year.
Yeah.
Lots of wonderful. Pitt was a part of the tour. That was
was
wonderful,
good.
and they really went all out for it too. So we'd had a great.
Mark really enjoyed that
Yeah,
tour.
absolutely. For me, I think the best part was, I think you managed to get was it McKinney House over at University of Pittsburgh?
That was what was, yeah.
And that was the real highlight. I enjoyed that. I stayed quite a while over there. So really nice to look at. Nice job.
We're into a new year, and that means a lot of great things happening at the YW.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ashleigh. Let's kind of recap what's going on this year.
Well, this coming Wednesday, we are working with a tobacco cessation program to Kick Butts Day, which is a national day, March 19th. That's going to be this coming Wednesday. And what we've done is we've taken some student ambassadors from each one of the elementary schools and the middle school, and they're working on a specific project that they're going to display in their school during that day. And then the public is invited to come to the YWCA after school, and there's going to be a health fair like setup where kids will be able to do different things, and adults, and see the dangers of tobacco and tobacco's use, and why they should really, if you don't start, you don't have to stop. So that's our goal with the day. We are going to have a proclamation from the county commissioners, and just lots of fun. There'll be some treats there and some different giveaways and just different things for kids to do to learn about the dangers of smoking and chewing tobacco. So that will be an event that's coming up here. And like I said, it's free, it's open to the public, and we invite everybody to stop by Wednesday after school in our activities building. We'll be there until about 4:30.
What's been the response like from the students involved?
It's been really great because they've been really excited about it and learning lots of new things, and they've each kind of taken on, from each of our schools, they've taken a different slant of how they want to present their message. And we have a group of boys at Main Street who have really gotten into it, and they're just shocked by what cigarettes cost. That would really cut into their spending money for video games.
I wouldn't be able to.
Well, that was one of the reasons why I gave up smoking so long ago. Cigarettes went up in price to 50 cents a pack.
So
we had our priorities back then.
Yeah.
So that was really great. Hightown's been doing a project just about the overall dangers of smoking and how it impacts your life overall. Pleasantville we have a great group of kids that have been working on the project really hard. We've been meeting once a week for a little over a month and putting it together. And
for some of these students, though, it's been kind of scary because I don't think there's been a whole lot of attention placed on that, and it's really given them an opportunity to think about it, and you talk to some of the students and it's, oh my gosh, my parents or my grandparents smoke, and that's not good, and I got to share that message with them.
Right. So
We have our oldest is one of the ambassadors, and we don't have smokers in our family, so he didn't know. So it's not hitting home with him. It's fascinating to him, but it's not hitting home with him. But he did come home the other day and state that he was talking about it to his peers in school and sent one of them into tears because his family does smoke. His family does go through that. So this poor kid is like listening to his peer tell him, you're cutting your parents are cutting your life down, and this is what's going to happen. And my son's like, I felt just so bad because I put this poor kid into tears. So it is something that we as adults, we've been hearing it forever, and we take it lightheartedly, but as kids, it's a whole nother ballgame.
Well, that's one of the amazing things. As I talk with people in the community, one of the things I've heard, for instance, say from Police Chief Bob Winter down in Oil City is that the community will improve itself through its children. The messages come through from the children, and that was through his experience with the DARE program. So imagine what it's doing with tobacco cessation.
Yeah,
You know, it's really
pretty
something.
impactful.
So that event's coming up.
The grammar Nazis.
Yeah.
So that's coming up. I'm sorry.
Smack them, Ashley. Just
Do
smack
it.
them.
So that's coming up on Wednesday. For adults, Friday night, the 21st. We're just going to have a little fun. Anybody who grew up in Titusville remembers those Y-teen dances that happened. A lot of times that's where people say, oh, I had my first kiss there, or that's the first time I danced with a boy, or just had lots of fun, And I remember those Madonna days and Cyndi Lauper and being there on a Friday night for those Y-teen dances. So just to have a little bit of fun, we're gonna be playing 80s music this Friday night, or not this Friday, Friday the 21st.
Yes.
It's just $5 to get in. That's going to give you DJ. It's going to give you lots of fun memories, lots of fun folks, and some snacks. And, we'll have pop and water there for folks.
It is a 21 and over event.
It is a 21 and over event. And like I said, it's just kind of it's a flashback Friday of remember the 80s and remember all those dances. And because those dances went on for years and years, and things have kind of changed, and what kids like to do and how they, but I think even, I think back to, those dances were going on for years, all through the 60s, 70s. I'm sure even in the 50s, they were having those dances there, because it won't be too long, and the YW is celebrating 100 years.
Wow.
In the same location right there on the corner of Main and Franklin Street. So
I can't wait to
should be a
show
lot of fun.
Amy the corner I would stand in and watch other people dance.
That would be it would be exciting, and you'd always think about the girls would be out dancing and the guys would all be standing up against the wall, that kind of thing.
I don't think it's going to be any different. But
I don't.
No, it's
Yeah,
not.
I think that would be fairly similar, but just a good time. And so, like I said, get your flashback and come to the YW. We are limiting it to 100 folks, so get your tickets.
And there will be an ambulance in case. Yeah, because people are getting older.
if you bust a move and it busts something else, then we'll
banging on the speaker doesn't turn out the way you thought it should.
Break dancing might be a difficult.
Yeah.
And everybody's CPR qualified.
Yeah,
too.
CPR certified board.
Yeah. So that's Friday night, the 21st. Monday, the 24th, is our annual membership meeting. That's a really important night for the YWCA. Every year, our bylaws say that we'll have a membership meeting, and we do, and we will. It's going to be catered by Stewart's Catering. It's $10, and that is simply to cover the cost of your meal. We do call it a membership meeting because we do vote on some business that is at the YWCA, so members are able to vote, but we do open it up to the public and invite anyone from the public that's interested in joining us. We're going to be discussing race is going to be the topic of discussion for the evening, celebrating diversity in our community and around the world. So that is Monday the 24th, 6 p.m. dinners.
We're also talking about the St. James House and what it does we all talk about what it does for the for the members there, but what it really does for the community. And I even as a board member didn't really know what these women were held to as part of this house. I thought they had a safe haven, a place to live, to get back on their feet, but it's not. They help them get back on their feet, and they put them out into into the community and make them commit to the community and make them build themselves. So it's a lot more impactful than what the community sees, and they're going to have an introduction to that at the meeting. So,
Actually, when you stepped into that position, it seemed like your first task was sort of taking the mission of the YWCA and really get back to the basics and expand from there. You've done a very nice job of keeping that focus on what your mission is, and it seems like you've developed really strong programs based upon simplifying that message?
Well, I think in any situation, and I, every nonprofit has a mission. And a lot of times nonprofits, I've observed at times, can get off board and get away from their mission. Doesn't mean they're not doing good things, but it's not necessarily tied to their mission. And it's really important that we do focus on our mission, and we do things, and we have a lot of fun at the YWCA too, and we figure that that works into our empowerment and self-esteem and healthy lifestyles, and that's all part of our mission. But really focusing on those things that we said we want to do. We want to eliminate racism, and we want to empower women. And we have two really great core programs at the YWCA with the St. James House Shelter, which celebrated 20 years. And our Fun Factory program, which has been there for more than 30 years. And so we have those two really great programs, but really focusing on how can we get the community involved, how can we get them interested, how can we engage, educate, advocate on those issues that are still there. We want to be working locally and thinking globally about how racism is still very much an issue in our country and around the world. And again, economic empowerment, how we move women forward, again, not just in the United States, but around the world.
I was going to ask you, this is obviously an educational effort too. What kind of reaction are you getting from folks here within the community when you talk about those messages?
I think it's generally a positive message. In January, we went into the high school with the University of Pittsburgh, Titusville's Black Student Union, and did a roundtable discussion with about 50 THS students, just talking about race and diversity and celebrating those differences, because we are different. We aren't all the same. And I was just thinking this morning about how when people say we're going to be colorblind, well, that doesn't really make sense, because we are all different. We have different things that we bring to the table, and how wonderful that is. But we want life to be the same rules, the same set of rules for everybody. So I was thinking about the Olympics, and how you go to the Olympics, and there's these countries and all people from different backgrounds and cultures and diverse, but the rules, whatever sport you're playing, are all the same. Mm-hmm. And so that was something that really got me thinking about, in general, that's how we'd like our world to work, is that we celebrate our differences, but rules and opportunity are the same for everybody.
Yes.
That's what I would like to see, is that we all have an opportunity to live a good life.
I was on the board prior to Ashleigh being the executive director, and she has brought us leaps and bounds into the path of our mission that we really need to be in. And she's made it a lot easier to be part of this organization, and it makes the entire board feel better about the mission, because Ashleigh is right on track, and she keeps us on task as to what we need to do, because we're all on this board just for the same mission. I can't name a person on the board who wants to be on the board just to say that they're on the board. They're on the board because they're excited to be part of this. They're engaged, and they want to be a working part of our mission. So, and kudos to Ashleigh for keeping us.
And what I say right back is the support of the community, the support of our members, the board of directors. They've really taken an interest in it, and how we can continue. But it's always a struggle, though, too, is, people are really busy. and how we can engage and keep people interested. And we found a great partnership with the University of Pittsburgh. The Titusville Area School District is always really supportive of what we're doing with the Kick Butts Day, with our diversity mission. Can't ask for more. They're very supportive of us. And in the St. James House, they're always very supportive and generous in offering their support. So we're moving forward.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Mark.
I imagine that busyness that you talk about that people have in their lives probably works to your advantage, too. I mean, you're involved every day. You're the executive director, so you have a hands-on feel for the YW every day here in Titusville. But your board members, Amy, I imagine you do, too. You take this into the workplace and
Yes.
talk it up there. What do you hear in the work community?
I work with women, so they like the direction that we're heading in. They like the empowerment. They like the diversity that we do, and they like the programs that we're bringing out. I mean, the dance that we're doing. Yes, they used to do it in the past, but it's different now.
Yeah.
It's 21 and over. But Ashleigh still offers things for younger kids, and we're changing, and we're growing, and we're molding and developing as the world changes. We're not staying stuck in the way it used to be. We're changing, and they love the changes. I mean, because they fit every age range, from preschool and toddlers all the way up. Our programming, the things that we offer, there's something for everyone there. And the community, the feedback that I get is the community likes that. So.
And I imagine all your board members have the opportunity to kind of spread the word wherever it is they work.
Yes, because we are, in within our community, we're all to a level professional, but different backgrounds.
Yeah.
We all do different things. I mean, there's not another Amy on the board. There's another Ashleigh. But we're all different. So we all travel different paths. We travel different paths, and we get the word out to different groups of people. So,
but it is neat to, from the outside, look in and see those differences, and see that even though there are differences, there is that common goal that everybody shares. So that's really neat, is to see the uniqueness, but then they all come together.
Mm-hmm. At your house.
Sometimes.
So in moving from that, so we're going to have our annual dinner on Monday the 24th again. We invite anybody who has an interest in coming to please give us a call, make your reservation. To April 5th is our Race Against Racism. This we're doing with the University of Pittsburgh, Titusville. The Black Student Union is the student organization we've been working closely with to put this day together. This is a timed 5K race. We'll start at Pitt, do the 5K and circle back, end at Pitt again. It's going to take you down onto the exercise trail, so you're not going to be in heavy-duty traffic or anything like that. Because we really want the community to come out, what we're doing is we're charging adults who are going to race and have their times posted. It's $15 to race. If any student, meaning from
middle school,
or even elementary school, whatever, up through college students want to race, the race itself is free. We are charging, if they want to buy a T-shirt, the T-shirt's $10. We'd love to be able to give them away, but that's just not financially feasible. So we're really encouraging and hoping that we get a lot of young people coming out for the race. It's about advocacy. It's about education. This isn't a fundraiser for us. We're just covering our costs is really what we're doing. And so directly after the race, when the 5K is over, we're going to have some races for younger kids, because kids are a really important part of our world. And so Pitt has that lovely circle that every kid loves to run around. So we're going to split things up and have some races around the circle. And then for kids that are a little bit older, maybe 9, 10, they will have a race that goes around the block at Pitt. Give them an opportunity. They certainly are invited to do the 5K, but if they want to race on their own and see how fast they can get those shoes moving, because you always think new shoes make you run faster, but
the more they cost, the faster they go.
we're going to have some races for them. Have music playing, some snacks and education, and just some different activities for kids and families, and come out and celebrate and enjoy everybody and our differences and cultures, and just have a good day. And hopefully there's no snow.
Yeah.
Or negative temperatures.
It's really, it is difficult. YWCA does this across the nation. Different wise, either they do a stand against racism or they do a race against racism. We decided we wanted to focus on the race part because there's a lot of runners in the Titusville area. They always do it at the end of April. We struggle because Pitt has their graduation. I think it's like April 26th this year or something. Yeah. Pitt always is getting out of here. And we really want Pitt to be a part of this program for us. So we're doing this in early April this year with between Easter and March of Dimes and Pitt's graduation. We're having to do a little earlier in April than maybe the weather's. But we're going to hope. We're going to hope.
Absolutely. Ashleigh, there's some other really neat programs that take place. I mean, you've had princess parties. I believe you guys are hosting the Peep Show again this year?
Peep Show is April 12th. That will be with the Arts Council. Mm-hmm. They're going to be showing all their Peep creations and partnering and using the building. And then we're also going to be having YWCA. It's going to have a little yard sale, indoor yard sale that day to let people see if we have any treasures they might want to take home that we've collected over the years and aren't necessarily using, as well as having a few local vendors in town setting up as an opportunity for them to display some of their goods and before Easter and Mother's Day that people. So if you are a person that makes crafts or happens to sell a product for any of the, Pampered Chef or Avon or whatever it may be, give us a call, and it's free to set up. We just want to help people with their local businesses, and so that should be a fun day as well.
Yard sale's downstairs, right?
Yeah. The Peep Show's going to be up in the gym. We're also going to have some soup and dessert available that day. For folks to stop by and have lunch and just have a nice day at the YWCA with the Arts Council. Mm-hmm.
If folks have any questions or want to get a hold of you, maybe to discuss St. James and how they can contribute items to the St. James House, or just get additional information on any of these activities and programs, how can they get a hold of you?
Well, you can always give us a call. We're 827-2746. And I always say, like us on Facebook, Titusville YWCA. We post everything that we have going on from our monthly kids science club that meets, to our snack and crafts, to our cheer clinics. What else do we have going on? Right now I've got a preschool gym going on Wednesday evenings, which is comparable to herding cats when you're working with a bunch of 4-year-olds in a gymnasium.
Oh, I know. I work with Mark.
So we have a lot of different things going on. We're doing a cheer clinic at the end of March for young cheerleaders to come in and have a good time. We're working on some programming we're going to be doing with the Arts Council here pretty soon, bringing back iGirl for another run. And really, last year, it had a lot of adult direction in our first year out. We want to more and more see the girls take that over and really come up with the idea and the theme and how they want to go with that. And then we'll just kick right into summer programming. So
wow.
Don't forget the May Dance.
Oh my goodness, May Dance, yeah. May 10th.
That's coming up.
May 10th. It will be here before you know it. We have been getting calls. What date? We traditionally always try to do it the week after the prom. Give parents a little time to recuperate after that prom day. Oh, and prom dress giveaway is going to be March 28th and March 29th at the YWCA. We are always looking for donations of dresses. If you want to bring in your dress, we can give you a receipt for that donation. This really helps out a lot of young women who otherwise might not be able to participate in kind of that rite of passage of going to the prom. So, please, if you have a dress that's been hanging in your closet, you're giving it to a noble cause. And that's the 28th and 29th. So that'd be a Friday evening and a Saturday afternoon. Rachel Minnick is the one who really spearheaded this, and we keep the dresses for her at the YWCA so she doesn't have to have them all hanging in her closets at home, taking up tons of space.
She's done a great job.
She really has,
and
and deserves a lot of credit. But that will be going on. So if you're a young woman that is going to be needing a dress, the 28th and the 29th are going to be the days you want to be looking for. If you have dresses hanging in your closet, we take May dance dresses too, because May dance certainly isn't the prom. It's a nice party dress for a young girl to wear, but it doesn't have to just be. We gave away some May dance, or Lent borrowed some May dance dresses last year too, so it doesn't do you any good hanging in the closet. So,
all right, a lot of great things happening at the YWCA, and again, the phone number
827-2746. Like us on Facebook.
Of course. Like them in person, too.
And like us on person. Come in and see us. Sure. Come in and see us.
A limited amount of tickets left for the Flashback Friday, so hurry up and get those. Return to the 80s. I'll return to my corner. And as you said, Ashleigh, I'm not the only one.
You'll have a date this time.
Yeah, I'll be in that corner. Before we go, we did ask Crawford County Commissioner Jack Lynch yesterday to read a passage from a Dr. Seuss book and to continue to encourage kids to read, and in your case, young women. There seems to be a lot of books for young women today. We're going to have, Amy, are you doing it?
Sure.
Okay, you're going to read a passage.
I'm taking it personally, though.
From, this is Hop on Pop, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay.
On your iPad. Day play, we play all day. Night fight, we fight all night.
Yes, we do. Thank you guys very much for your time.
Thanks.
All righty.